Day by day, we get closer and closer to the finale of the Rascal Does Not Dream series, that being the Rascal Does Not Dream of Dear Friend movie. Holy crap. Anyways, though, with the recent release of the Needy Girl Overdose anime, there has been a lot of noise surrounding it, and most of it is really good, with some of it leaving me absolutely confused because I feel like some word has just lost its meaning. Before we get into that, I just want to say that one, this is going to be touching on a lot of topics probably, so if you are very sensitive to a lot of things with substance abuse, self-harm, just click off the video because this anime heavily revolves around that much more actually. But there's a lot of things surrounding this anime, from the accusations of being a larper, which again, that word has become a buzzword. I don't know or how this even applies to this anime. Why can't a new person just enjoy watching Needy Girl Overdose? I know it comes from a visual novel, but you don't need to play the visual novel to enjoy this series, and I have many reasons as to why, but there's one topic that specifically revolves around that idea. But you don't have to watch the visual novel or play the visual novel to be considered a not larper. I really don't know. I don't understand what that term even means anymore because it's just tossed left and right. So again, it's lost its meaning. It's more of like an insult, it feels like. If you barely know anything about a series, boom, you're automatically a larper. If you are not familiar with retro anime or even mainstream anime, you don't fall within those lines, boom, you're a larper. Literally, it just makes zero sense what a larper is now. So if you are accused of being a larper, and if you see posts like this online saying that it's going to spark new larpers, don't be affected by it because people are just absolute idiots. Aside from that, the first episode was absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not going to go and cover the entire episode because I did that in my last video. Today, I actually want to talk about the freaking controversy that did come along with the making of this anime. Now, before I continue, I actually do want to talk about one thing that I didn't talk about in my last video, and that is that this scene right here was absolutely insane, man. That scream caught me off guard. My volume was all the way up, made me jump off my seat a little bit, maybe too out of surprise, but my gosh, man, this was insane. But continuing on to the controversy, there's actually two pieces of controversy. That one I did know but didn't pay too much attention to it, and the other one I was just completely unaware of. Now, the first one that I did know just a little bit of was that they were not going to hold back when it came to censorship, because if you haven't seen the first episode already, there is already heavy signs of very sensitive topics. I mean, we have substance abuse, drugs all over, displayed on screen, self-harm, as there are two characters that have their arms or wrist slits. I mean, maybe it's the same character, maybe it's the same person, I don't know. That's just probably a skill issue for me, but it looks like two separate people. I'm pretty sure it's just one though. Yeah, no, you can see their wrists and they are scarred up, and that could only be done by self-harm. Another one has to do, that one is mentioned in this post, where it does include religion, as this entire post actually states that Needy Girl Overdose creator Nirella said in February, ahead of the anime adaptation release, that the staff fought to preserve the story's vision despite censorship concerns during the review process. Every last element, from self-harm to drugs, religion, and sex, got flagged. The anime staff worked hard to keep the vision intact, insisting, "We absolutely don't want to let fear of regulation ruin what makes this work compelling." So literally, judging from this statement alone, you'd know that it's going to be a very uncomfortable watch, and that first episode was very, very uncomfortable right off the bat, as we see one of the main characters get SA'd by this said boyfriend. I don't even think that's an actual boyfriend, but if it is, then it's a toxic relationship that she just can't seem to escape from. Now, I don't want to dive too deep into it again, but that is one topic that caught everybody's attention, and it caught mine because holy crap, was not expecting something like that. Now, they didn't show everything, but they were panning around, but you can clearly see that she did not like it, and you can even see a black eye on her eye, that this is not a very safe relationship. It's going to get, I feel, a lot worse, judging from what I've seen, at least small clips within the game. I haven't really gotten spoiled, and the direction that this is a adaptation from a visual novel, and I kind of see like a pattern with these like depressing anime visual novels. Shit hits the fan really quick, so I'm going to assume that it's going to get far worse. Don't get too comfortable liking a specific character, because you are going to be very dissatisfied at the end. It's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth. That's just at least my, I guess, thoughts going into it. So although these characters look all cutesy dootsy, I really wouldn't get comfortable liking one specifically. The other piece of controversy I was completely unaware of was that the writer, Nirella, the one that I just can't pronounce his name right, got kicked off, I think midway or even before the anime adaptation adaptation, which just blew my mind, because how are you going to kick the screenwriter or the writer of this story off of the anime while he was part of it? Not only that, but they're not letting him promote, they're not letting him monetize off of anything. In fact, he's not even getting paid with this anime. It's so freaking crazy. Now, the only thing that I'm not going to assume is that he did nothing wrong, because there has to be a reason on why he got kicked off. All I will say though is that it is very, very unfortunate that he did, and this may lead the anime to spiral off to something completely different if it hasn't already. Again, I haven't played the visual novel, but if you have, leave it down in the comments below. There is, I guess, no really wrong ending when it comes to this anime, because again, it's a visual novel. Visual novels usually have more than one ending. Most of them, or some of them, it is very known for having multiple endings. So if they lead to one ending, and one ending specifically, it's not wrong, and it's not non-canon. Again, it's a visual novel. There's multiple endings. It's like Elden Ring, guys. But like, it just blows my mind. Not only was he also working on it, but he got kicked off and not getting paid. I mean, this article goes on to it a little bit more. As it says right here, the screenwriter for WSS's Why So Serious Playground and Zenomo's needy streamer overload game Needy Girl Overdose in Japanese gave a statement in Japanese and English on Twitter on Monday regarding the newly announced television anime adaptation, The Needy Streamer Overload. Narola stated that WSS Playground has removed him from management and promotion of the work. WSS had informed him in October that the anime production would halt unless he was removed from public involvement. Thus, he is not unable to participate in events or interviews for the anime. Naira also claimed that he has not yet received full compensation for his work, but his legal representatives is reviewing and negotiating the matter. He is continuing to consult his attorneys in order to protect his creative rights and integrity. Naira closed by announcing that he and former production members are working on a new project which will be announced this year, but we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, he got kicked off and it actually halted the entire project. So this must have been a huge scandal or a huge problem to the point where everyone had to stop what they were doing unless this guy left the project. So that's why I don't want to say that he did nothing wrong, because it had to have been something severe. And if it isn't, screw this production company. I mean, most of y'all would want to think that you should end up not watching this anime because you probably are supporting a shitty organization or a shitty production staff or whatever. But before you throw your pitchforks up in the air, torches in the air, starts marching down towards wherever this place is located, let me just say this. We don't know what happened. We don't know any news, so I wouldn't jump the gun just yet. But jumping back to the official posts, especially Nairo's announcement, he even says himself, when I was removed from production in October 2025 as the series neared completion and announcement, I will never forget how the staff shared my frustration. Some even moved to tears. They are people of great passion and kindness. I owe immense gratitude to producer Inagaki and Yostar Pictures, who believed in this project wholeheartedly. The 13 scripts I wrote are dedicated to him for the journey we have walked together. Please, when the anime is released, I sincerely hope you will watch it. It has been made with love by many talented people. Every word and every line I wrote carries a piece of my soul. So again, don't jump the gun. In fact, just hold on until everything is officially announced. Now, if you are fans of this creator, especially his works, let's just say that it's not over for him. If the controversy is pretty big, it is at large, but I'm not going to say that it's a career-ending one, because there is some light at the end of the tunnel, as he has just announced very recently that Needy Girl Overdose creator Naira officially launches a new manga titled Star Boy Overkill. Begins April 7th. So we are literally a couple days away from this new release manga. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I really hope that it's not so far or doesn't reference so much of Needy Girl Overdose, because I want to experience this anime first before I even read the manga. But I am very, very curious to see what the first chapter is about, and I don't want to be missing out on all of the references. But yeah, no, that's all I really got to say today. If you made it this far into the video, why not drop a like and subscribe, as that does help around my channel a lot. Also, comment down below what you think about this news. Do you even know what happened? I am still, oblivious to it all, and I haven't dug myself too far into the rabbit hole to actually figure it out. But if it's bad, let me know down in the comments, and if it's not that big of a deal, again, let me know. Anyways, if you made it this far, appreciate y'all for hanging around, and I'll see y'all next time. Adios, guys.